What is up, guys? It is the sports nerd Brad Walker, and welcome to the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Talk Radio. Guys, hopefully everyone out there is having, welcome again, guys, to our show. Hopefully everyone is having a good Thursday out there. Guys, if you're wondering if you want to get some In the Zone Sports Talk Radio gear, kind of something I'm wearing tonight, head over to squadwalker.com, type in the Zone Sports Talk Radio. That will give you the store to order all of their merchandise there as well. Guys, the Walker Report is sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com, the current choice in St. Petersburg, Florida for house cleaning, organization, decluttering, and pet sitting. It's about finding the peace within you and in comfort to your life. And guys, remember, Zen Spaces begins with you. Be kind to yourself and one another. And if you guys want to see this show, if you miss it in any point in its entirety, head over to the YouTube channel, the Sports Nerd Bradley Walker. Both this show and the Sunshine State Sports Jabber will be on there in its entirety. And guys, if you look at the bottom of the screen, I have changed it. Please go over there, like, share, and subscribe. We would love to have some fans over there on the YouTube channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into the show. I have both my co-hosts here this evening. Gentlemen, what's happening?
Good evening, Bradley.
How's it going, guys? All right. So, real quick, guys, it's been a week. How's everyone doing?
I'm all right.
All right.
Better.
Okay. So, been some big sports stories going on. We can get into those this evening. Where do you fellas want to start? I mean, I have some NASCAR. I got tennis, Olympic stories. What would you guys like to start?
Why don't we start with Olympics?
The Olympics.
Well, it is only 22 days. It is only 19 days away.
That is true.
You're that close already?
Yeah. It's coming up rather quickly.
Well, remember one thing. The opening ceremony is 23rd, but the events actually start on the 20th.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
Yes, they do.
Well, I don't think that this is really a Olympic story, but did you guys hear about the crash at the Tour de France that the lady hit the bike?
Yeah.
I heard something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll talk about that story real quick.
I'm a little off because usually it starts after the 4th of July, but this year it started a week before. That's what threw me off.
I'm not
It says
big into bicycle racing.
Right.
Dictator who sent cyclist Tony Martin and constantly a large part of the Tour de France peloton crashing into the opening stage of the race has been arrested, according to multiple reports. According to the reports, the 30-year-old Frenchwoman has been taken into custody in Brittany, the northwest French region where the Tour de France, the world's biggest cycling event, held its first 4 stages. She is accused of voluntarily causing injury and putting the life of others at risk. RTL reports that she's facing a fine of 1,500 pounds. I am not sure how much 1,500 pounds is.
$2,200?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what it is? Let's see. What is 1,500? Yeah, $2,064.16 is how it translates out. So
okay, we were off.
I was pretty close for doing it off the top of my head though.
We'll just call it a flat 2,000 and leave it at that.
Yeah, why not?
So she
I gotta figure out foreign currency.
So she accidentally turned into the race, or was it?
Sounds like it was intentional to me.
Yeah, I think it was.
The Tour Arc said on Saturday that they plan to sue the woman. Okay.
To me, it sounded like it was from the way that article was read. What you were reading there, it sounded intentional to me.
Yes.
That was ESPN.com, by the way, that I read that article off of. So
I kind of felt like it was intent. The way everything else I had seen all week made it seem like they thought that it was intentional, that she did it on purpose.
Okay.
How dumb can you be?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. That's
never underestimate this. What is it? How does that go? Never underestimate the stupidity in large groups.
Yeah, something like that.
How does that go?
I mean, can there be a sporting event where we don't have what could be legitimately a terrorist attack? Not that I'm saying it was a terrorist attack.
Dodgeball.
You know, it's interesting how a woman would single-handedly try to kill innocent bikers. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
Yeah.
Stupid people in large groups. Okay, I like that.
Or
it was George Carlin.
Yes. Or large people in stupid groups.
Yes. Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I had to look it up. No, I'd seen that. What was that? That was Saturday afternoon, wasn't it? I don't follow the Tour de France. I find bicycle racing kind of boring. But I did hear about that. It's pretty big news.
I think it was only interesting at the time that Lance Armstrong was there because we all knew that he was cheating. I think that's
after we found
France eye-opening for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, so
I lost a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you know what, but I think he lost a lot of respect in a lot of people's eyes.
So. Well, he was a hero for every kid. I know you guys are a little bit older than me, but when he was hot, it was like 2004, 2005. I was 12, 12 and 13. He was, he had beat cancer. He was, a great athlete. He won the Tour de France 7 times, and then to find out he was cheating.
Yeah,
it was heartbreaking for an 11 or a 12-year-old.
Yeah, it took 7. It took 7 to do it though, too. That's the thing. It took.
Yeah.
Why did it take him so long to figure it out? I mean, shouldn't you know something was suspicious right away, or were you just that blind?
I don't think I. Everybody just wanted to believe that it was good for.
Yeah. Yeah, good
for baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
It was good for the sport too, and you just look the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then, as they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. It got to be too much for them to, where they couldn't ignore it anymore.
Well, I think maybe you should have took it right away. Then it would have just blown up right there. I don't think you should wait long to, when you know something is wrong. I think you got to take care of it as quickly as possible, because the more it comes out later, the more damage it's going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and then when did someone know? Was it after 1? Was it after 2?
Right.
3, 4, 5?
Yeah, I mean that's too long to drag it out.
And then the problem is that when did they know?
What leaked out though is that when they did know, what leaked out. That's what That's what
I'm saying. One of his teammates is who leaked it.
You mean
yeah.
Yeah. So again, I mean, let's look at it like this, guys. What happens if that teammate had never spoken up?
Right.
Yeah.
He would have won 7 Tour de France's. We would all. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, when he was in his heyday, I was in my 20s, 2021. I was still, I wasn't up there in age. I used to wear Livestrong bracelets everywhere. Dude.
I was in my mid-30s.
Yellow ones. Yeah. I mean, we all wore those. Like that was the big thing back in those days, to go out and buy one and be wearing it on your wrist and everything. That was the cool thing to do. And
you were alone, so you were down for the cause. And cancer is cancer's a bitch. Fuck cancer.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's a bad word in my family too. I've lost 3 relatives to cancer, so.
No, I mean, but so have I. I've lost.
Yeah.
I've lost friends to cancer, and so I know it's like. I lost.
Yeah,
I lost an aunt to cancer in 2019. So but she was 90 years old. So
yeah.
Yeah, but still,
sucks. I mean, it's not like you wanted her to die or anything.
No, but we knew.
Yeah,
we knew.
Yeah, at least you got to make peace with it and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
right. And you know what, Lewis? I'll tell you what. If any human can live into their 90s, God love them, because
right.
A lot of stuff. If we all live to 90, we've seen a lot of things.
Right. I'm curious.
Time to be alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
To be 90, that'd be 2082.
Yeah.
No rushing.
I know, right? It's another 60 years away.
I've got 39 years to go. Ugh. Yeah.
I'll be
38 years. Yeah, 39 years.
I got 32 years to go myself. So, but yeah, So real quick, guys. So anything about? I did catch an article about Simone Biles, which I think we all know who that is.
Yeah,
Gymnast, probably one of the greatest U.S. gymnasts
she'll
ever.
win.
Put on a leotard, as they call those.
I
Things.
can't stand that guy in the commercials though.
Which one? Which one, Lewis?
Whatever his name was, that lunatic that's in the commercials with for the Uber commercial.
Oh, for the Uber commercial, I know
Yeah,
what
I don't know that one.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where they order that, they almost order the same exact thing, but they don't order the same exact thing.
right.
Yeah.
What a schmuck.
Well, that's just Uber putting, a dumb idiot in the commercial so that you'll remember the commercial.
That's dumb as they get.
That's basically it right there. That's it. They
What a
want you to
loon.
remember the commercial is what they want you to remember. Why is my green screen?
What a lunatic.
Yeah.
But anyway, we knew that she was gonna get. I mean, she was pretty much a lock for the even though she stumbled a bit in one of the exercises. But overall, I mean, I think we knew she was gonna be in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess the question now is, how many goals will she win this with? In a couple of weeks, the Olympics start up.
Yeah.
I know what we want to do.
But it was a given that she was gonna qualify.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'd say 3.
3.
3 gold medals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she's in 3 events or even. I don't know.
I think she is.
If she is 3. If not, then less than 3.
But I hate to say, but I think one of the greatest. Well, I don't know if you call it great or not. Well, but Ryan Locke. I mean, I think he's done.
Yeah, Lochte didn't make the. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't qualify for the team.
He didn't make the Olympic team. No, he didn't qualify.
No.
It's a young man's game, as they say.
She's won 25 medals. 19 of those are gold.
You make it sound like he's old. I mean, he's only 37.
He's old for an Olympic athlete. He's
So that means there's only 6 medals she's won that haven't been gold medals. That's amazing out of the 25.
Right.
19 gold. Jesus. That's good. I mean,
Great.
let me ask you guys this question. What do you guys consider the greatest trophy in sports? Is the
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup? Okay.
Yep. And then a gold medal, then a Lombardi, then a World Series.
Then the NBA title?
No, I am going to say Monaco
Oh, okay.
or the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Well, where Bud, would you put a NASCAR championship in that list?
Uh-oh.
After the NBA.
I'm going to ask him because he's a NASCAR fan. I'm curious on where he puts that title.
Well, for me, I would put that. Yeah, that would be next. I'd want to win a Stanley Cup, a gold medal, a Super Bowl, then NASCAR, then Le Mans, then an Indy 500 title.
Fair enough.
That's an all-around athlete if I ever saw one.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not even 30 yet. I could get up there. What about I'd love to have I'd put a title a boxing title.
Okay.
What division?
Whatever division I qualify for.
Okay.
As I'm too fat to box right now though. Working on it though. Trying to get back in shape this summer. I want to get back into it. I miss boxing.
Yeah.
But my ankles are so bad right now. I can't.
You're young yet. You still got time.
I'm trying. I am feeling better though.
That's good. I'm gonna go real quick, guys. This is how dumb I think the Canadian government is on certain topics. I didn't say on all topics, but I think on certain topics. With this league right here, not the XFL, but the CFL. So the Canadian government came out earlier this week and said that they are going to modify the quarantine rules for the CFL, right? So now, without being, it says Canadian government approved a plan that will allow CFL players and staff to return to the country without being subject to a 14-day quarantine. So they're allowed to. Players and staff must spend 7 days in isolation before entering Canada, then isolate for another 7 days at a designated hotel upon arrival, which I guess it's still quarantine if you want to look at it that way, but you don't have to do it that way. But then they deny the Montreal Canadiens a chance to have 10,000 fans in their arena tomorrow.
Yes.
Which I don't understand. What is good for one is not good for the other. I don't understand that whole how the mindset is. I mean, I understand, I guess, because the players and coaches of these teams quarantine, so they're doing it the right way, where an individual doesn't do it that way, and that's why they don't trust them. I don't know. I'm just bless you. I'm just going by, I found that article quite surprising when you hear they're letting the Canadian Football League do what they want to do, but then they won't allow the Montreal Canadiens to do what they want to do. So there'll only be 35 fans in the Bell Center tomorrow night when the Lightning play there for Game 3.
Hopefully they'll have more on Friday or on Sunday. I mean, to me, I think that it's kind of to the point where
Game 4 is actually Monday because Sunday's the 4th of July. It jumps to
That's
Monday.
stupid.
And the way they're going now, Montreal needs a lot of help.
Montreal does need a lot of help.
Yeah.
That we'll have to say. You guys want to talk about the NHL? Because kind of on that.
We can do that.
Up right there. Okay. So let me ask you guys, what is your – I have a couple articles. But let's get into what's going on actually right now. What's you guys' take of the games 1 and 2 so far?
Game 1 was not what I expected. I mean, Montreal just looked completely flat. The Lightning just, it was close until the end of the second quarter. I mean, Montreal was hanging in there. They made it competitive. But then in the third period, Lightning just took over. Congratulations. But Montreal didn't play I mean, they have, been battling back all year, but I think maybe they're starting to run out of gas.
Yeah, they look gassed.
I mean, last night was closer, but still, Tampa's got more offense. They're really out shooting them.
Mm-hmm.
I just wondering when.
Montreal let in shots last night, and again, it doesn't always mean you're going to
lost.
They still lost in the end, which to a new fan, they don't understand that. How does a team shoot somebody else and still lose? It just means your shots don't go in. That's basically how that ends up being.
Right.
They don't ask you how, just how many.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have seen games, and I've been to games live where the Lightning get outshot 3-1 and still win the game.
Yeah.
So it happens.
Yep.
It's
Montreal. Montreal has to play loose though.
Honestly, when the series started, I always thought it was going to go 5 games, and I think Montreal is going to win one of these games at home. I really do. That's just my opinion.
They should.
You would think.
Montreal, I think they win at least. Either they win tomorrow night or they win on Monday. One of the two. So.
I mean, we haven't had a sweep in a long time.
What was the last sweep? The last sweep in the Stanley Cup? Avalanche Panthers, or was there one after that?
I think it was
the Wings swept back to back.
Yeah, but the Avalanche was after the Panthers.
Okay.
The Avalanche.
Wings.
Did the Avalanche
what year?
Panthers? 98, 97, and 98.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
That was after. Avalanche, Florida was 96, but they swept 4 games.
98 was the last sweep.
Right, 98 was last week? Okay. So that was the Red Wings, right?
I thought so, yeah.
Red Wings.
Okay. And who did they sweep in the finals that year?
Washington.
Yeah.
Washington Capitals. Okay. Was that Ole the goalie? Was he the goaltender? Okay.
Yeah, only goalie.
That was what? That was before, way before Ovechkin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And by the way, if you guys don't know, he's a UFA at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Unidentified flying object.
He's a UFA right now. I don't think he leaves Washington. I don't think he's.
I don't think so.
No, I think crazy. No.
He came out and said that he didn't want to play for anybody but the Capitals, and if they weren't going to re-sign him, he was going to go back to Russia and play in the KHL. So
yeah,
he already said, I'm not playing for anybody else.
I don't think so.
Capital. I don't think he's leaving Washington. I highly
no.
doubt that he's leaving Washington. He won them a Stanley Cup for crying out loud, so I don't think that happen. So I did read this. This is from the score.com that the Blackhawks discussed video coach alleged sex abuse in 2010. Now, kind of interesting that stories get brought up like 11 years after the fact. I don't get what according to accusations about video coach Bradley Aldridge sexually assaulting him. Former Blackhawks coach John Church confirmed the events to TSN's Rick Weston on Friday, while adding the team chose not to take further action. Okay, so in May, pseudo organization claiming Aldridge sexually assaulted him in your life, right? Okay, the player said he mentioned to a team employee, sports psychologist, who told him it had been his own fault. Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so
he obviously
he reported it, and then the team doctor said, "No, it's your fault." Wow.
Ignored it?
Yeah, it ignored it. Yeah. That's insane. That's insane too, because think back to the Jerry Sandusky thing. You can go back to a lot of things like that. That's not. Again, I mean, guys, anyone out there, if you get sexually assaulted by anybody, report it. Do not keep it secret because it impacted on you.
And if you don't, and if you report it and it doesn't, go to the police.
Correct. Exactly.
Yes. And if they won't, go to the sheriff. And if they won't, go to the FBI. You just keep taking it up.
Keep taking it up until someone
don't wait too long either.
Correct. Yeah. Do not. Yeah, guys, that's public service announcement. If you get sexually assaulted, I don't care what age you are. You gotta go. You gotta report it. Don't hide it. Don't think it's safe. No.
Don't be embarrassed.
Nope.
You didn't do anything wrong.
But don't wait 5 to 10 years or whatnot, because that's not right either.
We live in a society now where you need, where you won't be shunned for it. I understand 40 years ago when people were abusing their power and were taking advantage of especially young people.
Right.
And it was embarrassing. And you didn't want to rock the boat because you didn't want to get blacklisted.
No.
Right.
And so and people would tell, oh, no, it didn't happen. You're making it up.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
We live in a culture, we live in a climate where it's okay to, tell somebody.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll jump to the top 7 landing spots for Jack Eichel. This again is from BleacherReport.com. Again, these are their teams that they've picked. Number 7 is the Minnesota Wild. They have some money in cap space. They have $22.1 million in salary cap space that will be free. The Calgary Flames are another option. Ducks, as we mentioned, Anaheim Ducks are on this list. The Ottawa Senators are on that list. The Devils are on that list. The Rangers are on that list. That's what I've been hearing. The biggest rumble is in the Rangers. And then number 1 would be the Kings. The Kings must have a lot of cap space available to make sure they can bring him in there. I honestly don't think that he's going to be back in Buffalo. So I don't know if one of these 7 teams will pick him up or not. But I don't think he's going back to Buffalo. I really don't. So I don't know. I've seen weirder things in sports before, but I don't really think that he's going to end up going back to Buffalo after they kind of, I guess, made his injury worse than it was supposed to be. And he didn't come back, and they didn't take it that serious. One or the other. It was something like that with him and the Buffalo Sabres.
He wanted to go get surgery, and they didn't want him to.
Right. Exactly.
But he's a $10 million against the cap, and he signed through 2026.
Right.
So it would have to be you'd have to trade something for him.
And they're gonna want the farm.
Yeah. Yep.
They're gonna want the farm to get him. So
yep.
Whoever makes that trade is gonna end up giving up 1 or 2 current players, draft picks, and probably money. Also, they're probably gonna have to pay his contract too.
Right.
On top of that. So
either that or they may be able to get Buffalo to hold on to eat some of his salary.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
I would imagine that Buffalo's going to want a couple of players.
Yep.
A couple of prospects.
They're going to help him.
And then they'll retain salary.
Yeah.
But Buffalo's stupid, so maybe you could get him to retain all of his salary and get him for nothing.
Why is Buffalo stupid?
Have you seen management?
They're general managers. Indeed.
Yes. I'll withdraw the question.
Yeah, their general manager gave away what's his name to the Boston Bruins for almost nothing. How'd that work out for you? So
didn't.
Adam Hall.
No, I forget who they traded away this year. That was with the Sabres. Taylor Hall. I'm sorry, it was Taylor Hall. That went from
Devil.
That's right.
Buffalo to Boston, and now he wants to sign with the Bruins, which they have the cap space to sign him now. So I that was a dumb move by Buffalo. But then again, it's interesting how the same people that own the Sabres own the Bills, and the Bills made it to the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm. It's because the Wilsons got out of the way of the football people.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that urinating tree?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, guys, real quick, if you ever want to watch an interesting sports opinion, head over to his YouTube channel because he has some very interesting opinions on a lot of things in sports.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah, I watch a lot of him.
He picks topics that he'll trash any team in pro sports. I don't care how good they're doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do too.
He finds a way to. But the funny thing is, what he says is actually, he's not making it up. It's the truth. He's making, he's actual, the actual stuff that he's talking about is he comes up with the facts. I think still to this day, my favorite is the Toronto Maple Leaf one. That's still my favorite. The one where he makes fun of the Leafs.
I love Days of Our Steelers.
He's a Pittsburgh fan on top of that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
No problem.
Yeah.
Right.
I hate guys to end on a sad note when we close out a league or a topic. But did you guys hear about David Pasternak's baby passing?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Guys, I mean, all of us here and all of us at in the zone want to send our thoughts and prayers to the Pasternak family because having to, I don't have any kids, but I hear that it's one of the saddest things you have to do is to bury your child. So
they never said what it was though.
No, you're right, Lewis. I haven't seen anything that's come out that said what happened to the baby, but he did lose his son, so I don't know. I'm not sure exactly if it was SIDS or if it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't.
Could have been SIDS.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's a guy, like I said, guys. It's sad, and I hate to bring up, I mean, God, I can't believe that, yesterday was 6 months since my mom has passed away. I can't believe how fast time goes by. It's just amazing how time flies, flies by like it does.
Well, I just found out I lost my my old girlfriend last night. I just found out she actually passed away about a month ago.
Sorry to hear that, Lewis.
I just found out that she passed away yesterday.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, damn.
My first girlfriend.
Thoughts and prayers to you, my man. I mean, I know.
We grew up together.
Even though it's an ex, it's still sad.
Yeah. We just stopped dating, but we remain friends ever since.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Rennie Robert also passed away. That was who I was trying to remember.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that person.
He played in the 60s through the 80s, and of course it doesn't say. I knew there was somebody else that had.
What did he play for?
Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Montreal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he was on a couple of championship teams.
Yeah, was he? Did he win a Stanley Cup with one of those teams?
No.
Not even for the Habs?
I was gonna say the
Actually, he didn't play for Montreal. Must have misspoke. He's played for Toronto.
Oh, the Leafs.
Never won since '64.
Yeah, was it been 40
67
years? 40 years, 41 years since they won a cup?
No, they haven't won since '64.
64 was the last time?
67.
67.
Okay, still, 51
67.
years.
51 years since they won a cup?
Yeah.
51 years.
And you know what? That funny thing is they were supposed to be that team that Montreal is this year.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to be the team in the final.
Yep.
Yeah. So they now stand. So let's see. It took the Rangers 54 years to win another cup, and now they have matched that.
Well, who has the longest drought in the NHL? Is it Toronto?
Toronto.
Yep.
Toronto now does. The Rangers formerly did.
Okay, so Toronto now has the longest cup drought of any team. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, then you had the chance in this 1967.
And it's going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's going to go back to the divisions it was previous to 2020. So it's going to go back.
Right.
Toronto will be back in the division with the Lightning and the Panthers and the Red Wings and
right.
back together. Ottawa and Montreal will all be there. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to say the least, that you have everybody kind of back in their respected divisions again.
Yeah. By the time we get back, this could all be over. Well, maybe not.
More or less.
I don't know. I think it's going to go more than 5 games. Well, we might be in the first game with an overtime. We're going to 27 overtimes by the time we get back.
I still find it hard to believe that there are 2 Eastern Conference teams playing for that.
Right.
Hasn't happened since the 80s.
It's just weird. That's just weird.
That's the way it used to be, though.
Right.
It is, but I mean, it's just weird.
Weird to you, yeah, to your generation, yeah, but not to me. I've seen this before. But that was before they started doing conference realignments.
Who was it in there the last time that it was an East versus East team?
Philadelphia and
the Islanders. The Islanders, okay.
May 25th, 1980.
80, okay. All right, well.
Yeah.
Saw that game live.
It's been 31 years since it's been that way. Okay.
41.
41.
40.
41 years since. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
I was a kid.
It's just weird because, again, I guess
it is.
Watch hockey.
Yeah.
There's always a West and an East team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we have.
Yeah, but remember there was only 16 teams in the league then too. I mean, they didn't expand to the WHA teams came in a year later.
Right.
And then again, we're on the verge of the expansion draft coming in.
A couple weeks.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Before I get off of hockey, let me go through the NHL awards, or however you want to call them.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
And talk about them to see if you guys agree with who the victors were or who won the respective award.
With recipients, as it were.
Yes.
I believe the MVP, I think, was Connor McDavid. I'm gonna go with
Wise choice.
that was the
Yeah, not a bad choice.
I don't think that was a I agree with you on that. I don't
Really wasn't a controversial pick there.
Yeah,
No,
no.
of course not.
I don't think that they got that one wrong.
No.
Let's see.
Okay, wait a second here.
Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Things that CBS is not loading properly. Oh. So Connor McDavid won MVP.
Yes.
First trophy went to Adam Fox of the Rangers.
Aha.
I agree with that one. I think he had the better season
All right. All right.
of any of the defensemen that played. Now,
Yeah.
where I question, the first question I have is in the Vezina Trophy. They gave it Marc-Andre, and again, don't take me wrong, Marc-Andre Fleury had a very good,
Yes.
he did have the best save percentage, and I think he had the most shutouts, I think, of anybody.
I believe he did.
But did he outplay Andre Vasilevsky is the question I'm asking.
That maybe not.
Because he finished, Andre Vasilevsky finished second in the voting, and there were 4 owners that didn't even put him in their top 3. So I don't know who those 4 are, and I mean I don't care who they are, but obviously they're upset with the Lightning because they're using the loophole in the rules to salary cap, which the Blackhawks did that a few years ago and no one said a word, and the Islanders are currently doing it too. So
Why the hell would you write the rule that way and then not expect people to do it that way?
Exactamundo.
I don't know.
Now,
It's ridiculous.
Probably what will happen, guys, when the next CBA comes up, that'll be closed. That loophole will be closed. So they can't do it in the future, because then they won't have anyone bitching and complaining that, oh, they're breaking the rules. They're breaking the rules. No, they're not.
No, they're not. The rules are just because you don't like the rules doesn't mean someone is breaking the rules.
Right.
Correct.
Just because the rule is written a certain way doesn't mean that they got it wrong.
Correct.
You're just being an idiot for not doing it. You don't like it, so you gotta be.
Well, no, I mean it's just it is that way. But anyway,
it's the way the rules are written.
Yeah. Congratulations to Marc-Andre Fleury on winning his very first Vezina Trophy. He's never won one, so
never.
Congratulations to him.
I would say,
what?
Well deserved. I mean,
yeah. Like I said, he did lead I think he did lead the league in save percentage and shutout. So that's 2 categories that you have to kind of be in charge of to win it all. The most outstanding player went back to Connor McDavid. I'm not going to argue with that.
No.
No.
A rookie of the year went to Kirill Kaprizov of the Minnesota Wild.
Kaprizov.
If I pronounced that last name correctly. So he won Rookie of the Year. The Jack Adams Award for Coach of the Year went to Rob Brendamore. Can't argue with that. The Hurricanes.
Well, you could if you want, but.
Well, who were the other 3? Or the other 2 in that?
Trotz and Quenneville?
Yes, I think
Trotz. Aha.
Yeah, I think Quenneville.
I know Quenneville was one, but I don't remember who the third one was.
No.
Yeah, in not Carolina,
Right.
The Islanders.
Florida.
Well, Quinn lives in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other guy was the Islanders coach, who's I don't remember what his name was.
Barry Trotz.
Was it Trotsky?
Yeah.
Yes. He coached for he gave the Capitals the Stanley Cup not that long ago.
Yeah. And then they fired him.
They fired him.
Dumb.
They fired him.
What is that? Creative differences, I think, was the language they used.
You gotta love
Yeah,
that.
same thing happened, to the Rangers coach after they won the cup. Reach of agreement.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was that Mark Crawford?
Dave,
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
been left?
Now, Mark Crawford won the cup with the Avalanche, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He was their head coach.
Was it Mike Keenan? Was Keenan the coach of the Rangers in '94?
Yes, Mike Keenan.
God, I hate Mike Keenan.
Okay, next.
Keenan wasn't Keenan with the Red Wings for a while too?
Yes.
Think so. I think he was there at the beginning before they went on their run.
Before Bowman got there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Mike Keenan gets fired in '92, and then in '93, Bowman leaves Pittsburgh and comes to Detroit.
Yep. And then the rest
because he had done everything he could do in Pittsburgh, and he left Pittsburgh for Detroit.
Gotcha.
I don't remember if he quit Pittsburgh or if he just the contract was up and he didn't renew or what. How that goes, I don't remember. Offhand.
All right.
Weird.
Let me. I have to ask, Bud, because I saw this through and I wanted to bring this up to you. You can more clarify this than I can.
Right.
I have a NASCAR story. I saw this.
Oh dear.
No, you're not coming in, Marlo.
Oh dear.
It says that Trackhouse Racing purchases Chip Ganassi Racing. Is that? Did you hear about that?
The whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
They bought everything.
Yep.
Even the kitchen sink.
Even the crumbs too small for a mouse. They bought it all.
Well, even that. Wow.
Yep. Trackhouse Racing announced Wednesday that it had purchased Ganassi 2-car Club Series team effective at the end of the year.
Yep.
Operates the number 99 car for Daniel Suarez, who will become a 2-car team in 2022. CTR
What?
currently fields the number 1 car for Kurt Busch and the 42 car for Ross Chastain. Okay.
What's happening is that
So, I mean,
Colleague Racing bought. So Trackhouse was leasing the '99 charter from Spire Motorsports, who has the 7 and the 77. So what happened is that Spire Motorsports sold the '99 charter, sold the Trackhouse charter to Colleague Racing, and they sold that and the charter for the 77. Those charters are good through the end of the year. Then at the start of 2022, Trackhouse Racing has 2 charters. Because they bought the 1 and the 42. Spire Motorsports has 1 charter, and Colleague has 2 charters.
okay.
And that's why they bought all of Ganassi, so they'd have a charter to field the 999, which is Suarez, and whatever number they go with, possibly the 42 with Ross Chastain. That's all to be decided at the end of the year. Because what happened is that the charter guarantees you a spot. There are 36 charters that are available to be purchased.
Mm-hmm.
And there's about 8 of them every year that are available, and some are on loan, some are on lease, and you can only lease a charter for a year, and then you have to, then it reverts back to the original team, and you have to renew your charter. You have to renew your lease, I should say. And so what ended up happening, or you can buy the charter outright. So what ended up happening is that Colleague Racing went to Spire and said, "Hey, we'll buy your 2 extra charters." And so they said, sure. So Kaulig Racing wrote him a check and said, "Here's your check." The check cleared, and now Kaulig has 2 charters for 2022. So
Right.
Trackhouse was left without a charter for next year. So that enters Ganassi into the picture. Ganassi wants out.
Yes.
So Ganassi sells all of his NASCAR stuff, all of it, everything that he owns, to Trackhouse. So now Trackhouse gets the charter and all the cars at the end of 2021. And so that's how that works.
To the end of, well, I mean, I guess, but my question too, again, you're more of a NASCAR insider than I am. What kind of impact does that have on the whole overall picture of NASCAR?
Not much.
Big one. Okay.
Not really. I mean, it keeps Trackhouse, or it keeps Trackhouse in business for at least one more year. Is it a sustainable business model? I don't know. I don't get to see their books.
Right.
I don't know. They've got Pitbull buying in. I don't know if that's, Pitbull's got quite a bit of money laying around, so apparently he wants to make a go. Justin Marks seems to be committed. They've had a handful of decent runs.
I was going to ask you, how are the drivers that they just picked up? How are those 2 drivers doing?
Kurt Busch won't be there next year. Kurt Busch is going to the 54 at 2311 Racing. I'll guarantee it.
Okay.
And then Daniel Suarez has shown promise. He has had some flashes. He won a truck title. He won an Xfinity title. He's yet to win a Cup Series race, but and that could all change this weekend at Road America. If he can do that, they're going to be, and they build for the future, 2, 3, 5 years. They could be contenders.
Okay. Well, I mean,
But overall, does it change? It really, nothing changes immediately.
Okay, so it won't be. It's not like it's not a major impact on NASCAR in.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not like they went. It's not like they went from an F tier talent to an A tier super team.
Right, gotcha.
They didn't, and they didn't. The equipment that they bought is not. They. Oh, trying to figure out a comparable team in another sport that would. Minnesota.
Okay.
A good team shows promise every now and again, but overall ultimately disappoints. That's basically what they are.
Yes.
They're Minnesota, the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you could throw the Twins in there. They're having a bad.
And you can throw the Twins. I don't know. I think Ganassi's a bit better than the Twins.
Okay.
Um.
So we're talking about the Minnesota Vikings. How they show promise. They're there in the beginning, and then at the end of the year, they just fade away. Yeah,
and every now and again, you're waiting for them to turn the corner and get hot and string together victories and make a playoff run.
Right.
And then every couple of years they make a playoff run out of nowhere and win a couple of games that they probably shouldn't.
Right. Yeah.
Why is the bus?
Well, already then. I guess I saw that article.
Yeah.
Discussing that with you.
Oh yeah, no.
Because I mean, I'm a huge outsider when it comes to NASCAR. So
it's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Wanted to get an insider's opinion on.
I wouldn't call myself an insider.
Well, a fan.
I got my nose pressed up against the window, like
a deep fan of NASCAR because there's I don't know very many deep NASCAR fans like you are. So
oh yeah, I get all my news from Eric. You just go watch Eric Eastat. I get all my news from him. Yeah.
Okay.
Outside the groove.
Okay. Take a look at that.
Outside the groove.
Yep.
So, what are you guys' opinion on Serena Williams leaving Wimbledon already?
Sucks that she got hurt.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that, maybe she wouldn't have a chance, but.
So what she hurt? What? I mean, I didn't hear. I heard that.
I think it was a knee.
Injury.
Her knees.
It was a leg injury.
It was a leg. I hadn't heard. I just saw that she got hurt and she was holding a lower extremity. Oh, I don't watch a lot of tennis. Every now and again, I'll kick it on at like 2 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep on a Saturday. I don't watch a lot of tennis. Don't have anything against tennis, just not my thing.
Wimbledon is definitely an event that I want to attend in person one time in my life.
If you're buying, I'm in.
That I want to go to, but I also want to go to a Daytona 500 too. So
Right.
that I want to go do. But yeah, that's a big tennis story when you have a major player like that.
Right. No, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, out in the first round of Wimbledon is somebody who
It sucks.
Somebody can. I saw something the other day. There was a poll somewhere that I saw that they said that Serena Williams was the best female athlete ever. Ever. So they put her up there as ever. So
hard to argue with that.
That could be a debate. We can have a debate show somewhere in the near future. Talk about that if you guys want to. On how So let me. This is a league that I don't talk about very often, but I saw this today. I talk about this league on my other show, which, by the way, guys, if you're wondering, there will be no Sunshine State Sports Jabber tomorrow because I will be watching Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. So that show will be moved to Monday morning from 11 a.m. to noon because I'm off that day. So I will be home and all bushy-eyed for that show. Aware of what this logo is behind me. It's the logo for the NSWL, which is the National Soccer Women's League. And the only reason I brought this up is the Portland Thorns signed the youngest player. How old do you think he is?
14.
I heard 15.
15. You were close,
15.
but yeah,
I heard
15.
Is a 15-year-old.
That was a shot in the dark. I went ridiculously low.
14, and you, like I said, you were close. That's all I'm gonna say. You were very.
If my little girl is 14 and say has a chance to sign, depends on how fat that contract is. I'll tell her to go for it.
I'm right there with you. Right there.
Sign that contract. We'll get you squared away. Yep. I'll do your homework and don't care.
I'm right there with you. So that's why I have that logo up. Is that
why does? You know? Funny, this homework looks like a 30-year-old man did it.
Oh my goodness!
You dotted your I's with crossballs and put the F word in every other sentence.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Right. I have two quick golf stories. One, I guess there is a Phil Mickelson's playing in Detroit this week for the first time in a charity event, and they brought up a gambling report that I guess some bookie owes him like $500,000, and
a bookie owes him $500,000.
Yeah,
not the other way around.
Not the other way around. No,
is that right?
I can break. I'm pretty good at breaking kneecaps. If you want to cut me in,
he's on the receiving end of the $500K. I guess one of the team members at the tournament asked him about it, and his attorney did not like the timing of the question, being that this is the first time that Mickelson has played in this golf tournament, coming off of his PGA championship a couple months ago. So
right.
But we all know.
I look at him, I'm being like, I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't betting on golf, so pay up or I'm gonna get Fat Tony to fix your brakes.
I want to say I think it's next week is the tournament with him and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Bryson.
Because next week is the British Open. The Open.
Yeah, the Open Championship.
It's a British Open. The force of
habit. No, you can call it the British Open because that's what it's called.
I wouldn't. If you had to call it the Open, I would have thought it was the U.S. Open. I don't follow golf. I'm like, golf sign.
They call it that's the one golf tournament, guys, that my late uncle, would get up because coverage starts on like 4 or 5 a.m. on ESPN. He would get up and religiously. I said, I will never get up and watch golf that early in the morning. Sorry, it's not happening. I'll watch the highlights later on during the day. I am not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch a golf tournament. I actually like sleep I favor my sleep a little bit more than I would in
Ugh.
the golf tournament. I love the game, but not that much.
Right?
Not that much. Not that much.
Especially not on a Sunday when I've been drinking.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep, exactly.
Or whatever, Thursday.
Yeah.
The other story, speaking of Bryson DeChambeau, you're just mentioning him. I guess he fired his caddy or is parting ways with his caddy, and of course, his good old friend Brooks Koepka, who can't stand him, had to make a jab at him on Twitter. Saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, my caddy's my best friend. Why would I get rid of him?" Good job, Bright. Good job, Bryson. Hashtag
Don't want to
Bryson.
be your daddy. I just want to be my caddy. Oh.
So yeah, I mean, I love how those two dig at each other.
Mm.
Like a fight on the ice in the NHL. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, screw
Chirping, man.
you. Yeah, screw you.
Chirping.
I just broke into the course of Hey Ya.
Correct.
Hey.
The one.
All right, so we can go ahead, guys. We'll go to the other playoff league right now, and that's the NBA. And let me ask,
Congratulations.
to the Phoenix Suns on getting to
Yep.
the NBA Finals. Chris Paul finally getting there. That's nice.
CP3.
CP3.
Oof.
Yep.
Now, I guess the question I have, guys, is who's going to be their opponent, Atlanta or Milwaukee?
Where this takes a 3-2 lead right now, the Hawks are where they are dying.
I just kicked it on, and it was
It's disgusting.
32-12. It's 32-14 right now.
Disgusting.
Milwaukee's
I've been watching.
15 points,
But remember, Trae Young is out. But still.
Is Trae Young not playing?
and Giannis is out too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not playing either, right? Okay.
Trae Young there was a possibility he might play in tonight's game, Trae Young, but he's still ailing from an injury.
Well, I mean, I guess it all comes down to who
Not
gets
even at the end of the first, though.
healthier, who gets back faster, Giannis or Trae Young.
I think
Depending on
Giannis.
who wins the series, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's a good way to look at it. Whoever gets back from their injury quicker would be.
A lot of my
Yes.
I'm kind of rooting for for Atlanta because I got a lot of friends that are Hawks fans.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see Atlanta get to the NBA Finals.
It'd be fun to have I think it'd be a much more competitive series.
Who do you? I mean, do you think Phoenix can win the NBA title, or do you
Yes.
think it matters who gets in to face them from the East?
Yeah.
I hope the Suns win because they were my pick 6 months ago.
Yes.
Everybody was laughing at me 6 months ago, and I said the Suns will win the title.
Really. I wasn't.
I wasn't. I wouldn't be laughing about that because that's a good pick. I mean, obviously, it's not the Clippers or the Lakers or the usual teams that you normally would pick to win the final.
I really want to.
I'm gonna say this: who would have thought that Milwaukee would be playing Atlanta in the Eastern Conference Final?
I didn't have Atlanta in the East. I did not. I will be the first to admit that I had them losing to New York in round 1.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
And I was rooting for New York because the Knicks haven't been. The Knicks being good is good for basketball.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Over, up, and under. That was a dandy. It's back to 15 now.
Oh, big whoop.
They're narrowing the gap.
Still a lot of basketball to be played. Still
three
three full quarters to play.
It's a long way to
Oh,
battle.
but that was not a good turn. That was.
Speaking of the Lakers, I guess they're going to hire David Fizdale as their next head coach.
Oh, boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the Lakers had fired their old head coach.
Forget it. You're not going to do well with that.
Was he in New York?
I guess the Dallas Mavericks have hired Jason Kidd, right, as their next head coach.
Did they hire a kid? Sounds right.
Yep. To be their next head coach.
And then Rick Carlisle is headed to Indianapolis.
Back to the Pacers. Yep. And that's still, and I didn't, who did the Portland Trailblazers hire?
Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups. Okay, that's right. There's the
Chauncey
Orlando job.
Billups.
The Orlando job is still. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. They're finding to hire Dave as an assistant coach. Sorry, not the head coach.
No,
My fault. Did not read that article correctly. Sorry, gentlemen and audience. They did not.
We all make mistakes. It's okay.
To do the job.
They did not hire. They did not fire.
Hey, we ain't getting paid for this shit, so.
That's true. That's Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel is still the head coach in Los Angeles. Yeah. So they're hiring David Fizdale as an assistant coach.
You gotcha.
So now the lead is 14 with the first quarter.
I don't know. I went away from it. They were headed to commercial, and I went back to NFL films. I love those old
games.
Yeah, I love the NFL film. The highlights from this is Lost Treasures, and this is 67 through 66 through 68.
Nice.
I love these old films. I do. Ed Sable.
I was gonna say that's it. I was gonna say, wasn't Ed Sable the voice of all those?
He was the voice. As much as John Madden or Pat Summerall or Al Michaels was the voice of the NFL. Ed Sable and his son. I don't remember. Was his son also Ed Sable? Was it Ed Sable Jr.? Was he a junior? I don't remember.
Both of them were had outstanding voices.
Tundra Lambeau Field.
The Frozen Tundra of Lambeau Field. And Chris Berman. Chris Berman was the... love me some Berman.
No one circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills.
No Raiders. The Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders.
Rumbling, stumbling, fumbling, bumbling.
I watch
back, gone.
That's baseball. Yeah.
Baseball.
Still.
Baseball.
But I still Chris Berman. Steve Sable. Steve Sable was his son.
He could go all the way. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, we did a parody of that a long time ago. There was an incident with one of the ESPN broadcasters, and he did something kind of very stupid and kind of, I think, illegal while doing it on the air.
Who was it?
I forget what it was, but it did one of the most unspeakable acts you ever heard.
Making fun of Chris Berman on the air?
No, but it was a partner. It was one of his partners. He urinated himself on the air.
Oh,
okay.
It might not be a crime, but it should be.
So we did our own little parody of, hey, look at him tickle. Look at him tickle. He could pee all out one. Oh, just bad. That was back in 1994, actually. But it was still.
Well, Chris Berman. I think they still do prime time after Sunday. But
that's the ESPN. It's an ESPN Plus exclusive.
You gotta the ESPN
I gotta find when to get that.
Watch.
God, him and the other guy, Tom Jackson. Yes.
Jackson. Yep, they were great.
God, yes.
Together. They were awesome together. Him and Tom Jackson were great together. Yep, they sure were. Now, I know I have the NCAA football logo because I have the story behind me, but this is not an NCAA football story. Mississippi State won the College World Series yesterday.
Yep.
The other day, beating Vanderbilt in the final, 9-0.
Wow.
One hitter.
One hitter. That's right, a one hitter.
Wow.
So congratulations to the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. I have a friend of mine who went to that school and is excited. His Facebook page blew up after they won. They beat Vanderbilt. And I'm not going to be biased here, but it was an all SEC final. So just saying, both teams were in the SEC.
Maybe they can get the baseball team to teach the football team how to win a game or two.
Well, I don't know if we can do
Mississippi
that.
State, they're not that bad of a football team.
Oh, Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's
not that good of a football team.
No, Vanderbilt is not that good of a football team. No, they're in the bowels of the SEC East. Yeah,
Vanderbilt's only good for baseball. They got one of the worst.
Their basketball team's not bad. Their basketball team's okay. It's not horrible. Their football team is what really is not.
Their football team is pathetic.
Yeah. Football is not their high point,
No.
as they say.
They beat 12 Angry Men in an organ grinder.
Mm.
Though they did have the first female kicker in NCAA history, so I can't
Yeah,
They
say
did.
that's true. Have to give
too
him
bad
that.
about them. Yeah, I can't say too bad about them. Then with that,
Oh, shit.
the NCAA, I guess, has approved now people being paid for.
Yep, for their names and likenesses. Yep,
Yeah.
they've allowed them.
Correct. Yeah.
And I saw one league's going to allow players to start getting agents.
Oh,
I see.
that's interesting. Okay. That's interesting.
It's good.
Well, I mean, here we are. The NCAA makes more money than any of the other. I think they make as much money or some money more than some of the major leagues do.
Yeah, they make as much money as anybody in any major. They're on par with any major sporting league,
Right.
and they're the only ones that don't pay their players.
Correct. They're the only ones that don't pay their players. I guess they do now because they approved it. So now
And the players are allowed to be paid. It's not necessarily that they're going to pay them from, but all the players can license their likeness starting now.
Well, I'm gonna say
As
it's
of
I'm just gonna
about
say
damn time.
it's about time that they do it. And
Mhm.
you know what? I can't wait. We're what are we, a month away now from football? being
Yeah,
on
something like
Saturday.
that.
So last month's out football until March 2022.
Yeah. So
We got 4 weeks without football, and then we got football, baby.
so there you go.
Ready for some football.
Time.
You know what? I the one thing that I look forward to every Saturday morning is college game day. I get up just to
Of
watch
course.
college game day and then go on with my day. as soon as they make their picks, I leave. After they make their picks, I get out. So and I'm hoping too that I get credentials this year to USF. So I'm pulling for that as well. Hopefully I get another
That'd
year,
be cool.
another shot at that. Because they're gonna have a full house for all their games, comparing it to last year when they didn't have any people in the stadium for the game. So yeah, it's gonna be.
Still have 12 people?
It's gonna be a little bit.
You had to have 12 people there this year?
Yeah, they didn't have any.
Yeah, maybe.
It'll be sold out the first game because of the Gators
Right.
fans, but after that, I'm not 100% sure if they'll get sold out depending on who they're playing. I'm not 100% sure from there who they will, if they will fill the stadium or not. That's on them.
I hope so. I hope that they bounce back and have a much better year.
Well, I got into a little argument with a UCF fan last night.
Ooh,
I
what's
said,
that?
I said, yeah, I know we're going to the bounce house this year. I said, but don't be surprised if we beat you. Oh, what are you smoking? I said,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? We almost beat you last year. So I would shut your mouth a little bit. We almost beat you last year at home in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Chill your roll. It was a lot closer
Yeah.
than a lot of people expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So just saying. All right, guys, we can talk about the Major League Baseball. It looks like Mariners pitcher Hector Santiago is the first to be suspended 10 games by the MLB after a foreign substance was found. So he is the
Here we go with the substances.
first pitcher to receive a suspension in Major League Baseball. So he's the first one.
Yeah.
And I guess there are check something out here real quick. There's another article that says, this is from yahoo.com, on why baseball has the ultimate solution, to their sticky stuff problem. What the solution is. But I like what Adam said a couple weeks ago about the whole pine tar thing. Give them an ounce or an ounce and a half per game, and that's what they get. You have to depend
And
on
that's
how you
Or
maneuver that between your pitchers or whatever, but that's up to the team.
I think even if you wanted to give each pitcher an ounce and a half,
Okay.
you get each
That's
pitcher
fine.
gets a
Yeah.
jar. Like how much? Let's go. How much pine tar does each individual batter get to rub on their bat? Let's give the pitchers that much pine tar. That's how much pine tar you get to put on your hands at the beginning of each.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you have 9 batters, right?
Right.
Right.
You have. So you have. And let's say each batter gets a 1/4 ounce.
Okay.
So you take and multiply 1/4 ounce by 9. So that's, let's say 3 ounces, because I don't feel like doing the math. So that's 3 ounces.
Okay.
And then you divide that by amongst your pitching staff. And each pitcher gets to use that much pine tar
Fair enough.
per game.
I mean, I would
Or-
not be against it at all.
What about
Obviously,
pitching
they're gonna have to
gloves?
do-
Why not develop a pitching glove? Like you have batting gloves, why not develop a pitching glove? You know,
Why
a
not?
glove that gives you more grip, but it doesn't allow you to spin the ball any better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that either.
Albert Nana said, be sure the backyard is cleaned up.
You have more spins than a wheel of fortune.
Right?
You can't buy a value.
Mm.
Yeesh.
Uh,
Remember, guys, these are ad lib, not a script.
Right? If you don't like them, that's your fault for tuning in.
That's
there
right.
you go. That's exactly. And by the way, on this show, we voice our opinions, and we're not afraid to voice our opinions and what outcast
That's right.
we're gonna get. So just let you guys know that.
But the views expressed in the field are not this network.
Yeah.
That's
So here,
because
guys, are the power rankings now through the 13th week of the season.
Already.
But you have the Giants at 1.
Yeesh.
This is ESPN's rankings, guys. I'm reading these off.
Right. Well, I go by that.
yeah.
Giants are 1. Dodgers are 2. Astros are 3.
Yeah.
Padres are 4. Red Sox are 5. Rays are 6. White Sox are 7. A's are 8. Brewers are 9. The Mets are 10. Toronto's 11. The Cubs are 12. Indians are 13. The Yankees are 14. The Nationals are 15. The Reds are 16. The Braves are 17. The Mariners are 18. The Angels are 19. The Phillies are 20. The Cardinals are 21. The Twins are 22. The Marlins are 23. Royals are 24. Tigers are 25. Rangers are 26. Rockies are 27. The Pirates are 28. The Orioles are 29. And rounding out is number 30, and that's the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are
Right.
22.
Oh, I didn't know Arizona had a team. Huh, when did that
They
happen?
do. They do.
Oh, speaking
They
of that,
do?
speaking of that, did you watch your Inning Tree's
Of
story
course.
about that team?
I did. I quite enjoyed that episode too.
A losing streak, so that's any consolation.
2 15-game losing streaks. I'm
They-
sure Arizona wants to forget they have a baseball team.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking earlier about dumb GMs with the Buffalo Sabres.
Mm,
Diamondbacks have a dumb GM too.
I didn't know they had a GM. They'd be better off without a GM at this point. Jesus.
They would be.
Yeah.
Or a
I was
coach.
gonna say you might, just fire everybody. Have a player manager.
Right. Blow it all up and
Yeah,
A fire sale if I ever saw one.
let's do the little big league thing. And let's just let a player take over.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let someone's grandson take over the team.
How about great grandson?
Yeah,
I
there
got-
you go. Yep,
And I got the fire.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad in Arizona. If anybody's a
Yeah.
Diamondback fan out there,
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I should have muted. I apologize.
Hey, they had any fans.
the pain is very bad. for,
Yeah.
for the
And what's the bad part is that Arizona will draw if they're good.
yes, very true.
Yeah, it's funny.
They did
It's
that
funny.
World
It's like
Series year.
they won't. Tampa Bay can't draw if they're good.
Right.
Arizona will draw if they're good. It's funny.
Yep. Yep.
And that's why I hate the Cubs. I'll explain. Being a St. Louis Cardinals, because the St. Louis Cardinals just happen to be my NL team. I just like the Cardinals. I was a Mark McGwire fan, so I like the Cardinals.
Right, of course.
And then, the Cubs go to the NL conference championship game, which I forget what it's called now.
You know,
The NL championship game, and in 03 against the Marlins, and they implode, and they stink again.
Right.
And I always resented Cardinals fans or Cubs fans, I should say, Cubs fans, for complaining about how bad the team was. Team stinks, team sucks, we hate this team, and yet showing up in droves
Right.
to bad team. It'd be on a Wednesday night, and they'd have 35,000 people there. On a Saturday afternoon, you got 42,000 people there, and they're a draw on every Saturday. You know, they're the game of the week. It's either Cubs and Cardinals or Yankees Red Sox, and I always hated that the Cubs fans would still support this shitty, muddy, mediocre product. They had no chance of being halfway decent. I mean, you know, you've got a team that's 83 and 81 trotting out there every week, or 78 and 85, 7 games under 500, and you still go out and support these bums. And what does management think? Management thinks, well, why should we invest in the team? We got 30,000 people on a Wednesday night. We got 40,000 people on Saturday. Screw it. These bums will watch any baseball. That's my rant about the Cubs done for today.
I was pulling for the Indians in 2018 when the Cubs won the World Series. Whatever.
It's funny because the Indians are my direct rival, but I hate the Cubs so much that I wanted the Indians to win. I despise the Cubs so much. I absolutely hate the Cubs.
I think the Cubs are like the
What's the really feel?
of MLB. I think they are. I think the Cubs are like the Cowboys. If you're not a fan of them, you hate them. You hate them.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of them, you love them. But if you don't like a fan, you hate them.
There's no in between on the Cubs. Either you love them or you hate them.
Yeah. And I'm right there with you. I can't stand the Cubs either. So
I hate the Cubs.
I hate the Red Sox.
That's not a shocker.
I hate the Red Sox.
Oh, by the way,
tell us something we don't know.
We have a 3.5 game lead on the division, just to rub it in a little bit. So, right now.
Well, I mean, being a Yankee fan,
I hate the Indians.
you grow to hate you're born to hate the Red Sox.
Red Sox, yeah, that's
right. It's ingrained. I hate the Cubs.
Like Adam with
more
with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Same thing with him.
The who?
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
Really?
Who?
Who?
I get it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That
Never
team,
heard of them.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
See around Thanksgiving.
Never heard of them. I know what you're talking about.
Neither have I.
Never heard of them.
I'm not going that one. I'm not going there.
Did you see that? And you brought it up when we were talking on Little College Football earlier. They banned red Gatorade from the clubhouse at Michigan Stadium.
I didn't know that.
No red Gatorade. No red Gatorade. No red Powerade.
Unreal. Wow.
Yeah. The hate is real, baby. The hate is back.
Yes, the hate is real. Holy cow.
The hate is back. Feels good.
Why is the red Gatorade banned?
On U of M campus?
Buckeye colors. Buckeyes colors.
Okay.
That other team.
Team that they can't stand. And the team that can't stand them.
Right.
Yep.
Talk to a Buckeye fan. You even mentioned Go Blue or
it's funny.
They hold back and slapping you if you say anything about them.
My boss is a huge Buckeyes fan. I want to beat him so bad this year. Just want to beat the pants off of him.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
Well, if Harbaugh wants to keep his job for the next 4 years, he's gonna have to. They have to run the table. They have to run the table and make playoffs. Straight up.
Well, speaking of that, but I can flip back to GWA logo. What is your? Have we looked at their? Can we look at their schedule? I'll look at their.
We haven't looked at the schedule in a while. We can do that. Let me pull it up.
I don't have a full complete schedule yet.
We play Central at the house, and then we go. I think we go to Washington. If I could spell, it would help.
Right. Oh, I like that. mgoblue.com is the website for
Go Blue. And yes, I listen to the fight song all the time.
Let's see here. The schedule right here. It looks like it is Western Michigan at home, Washington at home.
I couldn't remember if we had them at home.
Then you have Illinois at home.
Northern Illinois.
Rutgers is the homecoming game.
Yeah. And then back-to-back games on the road at Wisconsin and Nebraska.
And they're home against Northwestern, who was in the Big Ten championship last year.
Yep.
Then they're at Michigan State, East Lansing the day before Halloween.
Yep.
They're home against Indiana, which seems to be a team that seems to be a
on the upcoming.
Yep. They're at Penn State at the State College.
That'll probably be
Happy Valley.
That'll probably be a night game.
At Maryland, they should be able to win that game. Maryland's not an okay team, and then they're at home against that team in Ohio.
The team in Ohio.
The team we don't talk about, Ohio.
That's a noon kickoff that day.
Always a noon kickoff.
Always at noon.
Yes.
Western's a very winnable game. Western's a game you gotta win.
You can't start the season off. They have to be able. Now, here's my take. They got to win by 14 or more points.
To
set the table.
Yep.
They have to.
At least that's a 3-4 score game. You gotta set the tone early and often.
Yep.
Gotta win by 4.
Yep. I agree.
Then we get Washington at night at home. I fucking hate night games. We're not any good at night.
That should be an interesting game because Washington's a halfway decent team.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be.
It's the same thing that we talk about week in and week out. Got to win our first down. Got to win our third down. Got to get touchdowns. Can't settle for field goals.
And win the turnover battle.
And get off the field on third down.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Correct.
And you run the table.
Yep.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You score early and often. You get off the field. You don't let them get anything sustained. You win the turnover battle, and you win the game. And we got to catch. We've got to run good. I like the direction the program's headed in. I think that we finally, hopefully, we can get back to where we were 3 or 4 years ago on defense, and we can have the defensive players that we bring in, the 4 and 5 star, the blue chip prospects that we're bringing in, can actually perform at 4 and 5 star levels. Like I said earlier, the hate is back. The hate is real. The fire is there for the first time in 6 years. For the first time since they got screwed in the Barrett game, when he was short.
I watched that game. I know
the hate is back. The animosity is back. The fire is back.
I was at my friend's house who are both big Wolverine fans, and I know he was short. And when they said first time, I'm like, they set that game up. That was a setup from the get-go. They wanted Ohio State in the college football playoff. That's why they did what they did. And
it was close enough that it's believable.
Yes, correct.
He wasn't a full foot short. I mean, he was short, but he wasn't a full foot short. So you can go while it stands.
Yep, correct.
And they score on the next play, and the game's over. And haven't been the same since.
Yep.
Right.
So, that fire, that passion, that hate, I haven't seen it since 2016. That was 2016 because that was before the accident.
Oh, right.
So after they play Northern Illinois, it's all Big Ten from the rest of the schedule. Okay.
It's all Big Ten, except for like Nebraska.
Nebraska's in the Big Ten.
Are they?
Uh-huh.
Allegedly.
They are. Well, they are now. They didn't used to. They were in the Big
I
Ten.
refuse to acknowledge Nebraska being in the Big Ten. Moving on. Rutgers. I really don't like to acknowledge that Rutgers is in the Big Ten. Put them back in the Big East where they belong.
Don't go there, please.
Well, that's their homecoming game. That's
a sorry statement.
Is it?
Homecoming game.
Yeah, it is.
So, Lewis, you're a Rutgers fan, right? Is that who you cheer for?
You have to say that out loud.
I'm not making fun of you. I was just asking you who your team.
Yeah,
is.
I am.
You want to look
Yeah.
through their schedule and see what their schedule is like this year? I mean, I haven't
Okay.
taken
Pause.
schedule here.
There's nothing.
I feel bad for Rutgers. I don't understand why Rutgers wanted to come to the Big Ten.
Money.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was just gonna say money situation.
Mhm.
That's exactly why.
But unfortunately, it doesn't make you better.
No. They start at home against Temple, who's in the AAC,
Right.
and they go on the road to play Syracuse. They're home against Delaware. Then they're on the road against Michigan. They're home against Ohio State, home against Michigan State, on the road against Northwestern, on the road against Illinois, home against Wisconsin, on the road in Indiana, on the road in Penn State, and they end the season at home against the Terrapins of Maryland on November 27th. So that's their schedule this year. That schedule doesn't look too easy either. Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan
No
State.
schedule looks easy, you know. I mean, you get what the schedule gives you.
Right. But you got Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State 3 weeks in a row. That's a hard I don't know.
The hard road to hoe, ain't it, though?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very hard. Yeah, that's very hard. That's a very tough schedule. So, I mean, what are your predictions, Lewis, for them to win this year? What's the win total going to be? I mean, you could be honest with us. You could say they can win 1 or 2 games. That's fine.
3. I give them 3. No more than 3.
No more than 3.
More than 3.
Okay.
If they're lucky.
I'm assuming Delaware will be one of those games that they win, right?
If that's not going to be a win, I don't know what's going to be a win. I mean, because Delaware's, not.
Delaware is part of what conference? What conference are they part of? Let's see here. What is the conference that they're a part of? Why is this team? Why is this not working? So, let's see.
Are they?
Delaware, Stony Brook. Are they in the same conference with them? Why is that?
I think they're in that conference with Liberty University and all that.
Let's see here. Conference is Delaware. The Colonial Athletic Association, CAA, is where Delaware is. So let's see who else is in that conference with them. What schools are in the CAA conference? They are the Charleston Cougars, Delaware Blue Hens, the Drexel Dragons, the Elon Phoenix, who USF played a couple years ago, Hofstra Pride, James Madison, Northeastern Huskies, the Townsend Tigers are I think that's the only 10 that are in that division. James Madison's in that
Albany.
division as well.
Albany, Delaware, Elon, James Madison, Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Richmond, Stony Brook, Townsend, Villanova, and William and Mary.
William and Mary. Yep, that is correct. So that's who makes up the CAA that's their. So again, that's the Delaware thing. So that's
All right.
that's interesting that's the conference. But then again, I think they're kind of going to move from 4 teams to 12 teams within the next few years.
Yes.
As far as the college football playoff, I think they voted on that they're.
I think they did vote to confirm that.
I don't think, but they
go to 12. They're going to go to 12.
See, I think they were kicking around the idea. I don't like No, they did confirm it. They're going to go to 12 in 2026.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while before they. Now, here's the question I have: are they going to go to 6 next year, 8 the following year, leading up to the 12? Or are they going to stick with 4?
As far as they're just going to go from 4 to 12 in 2026, which I think is a mistake. I think they should go to 8 first and see how that works. And if 8 is good, then we stay with 8. And if 8 is enough, then we can go to 10 or 12.
8 is enough. Oh, boy.
Oh, well, 3's company.
Well, I mean, if they're going to do that, obviously what will happen is you'll have your Power 5 champions take up 5 spots. So that leaves 7 left. So what do? You take
7
second place teams in each conference and stick them in there too? Or
maybe.
No?
Possible.
I mean, do you end up with a 3-loss Florida team in the playoff? No offense, I don't mean to.
No. That's fine. I mean, it could happen, but I mean that could happen. I'm just wondering how they're going, because to me, the teams that are going to suffer the most are the Cincinnati's, the UCFs,
right?
Teams that actually, teams like that.
The reason we want to go to more,
to
have a bigger, to expand the playoffs, so we can see those games, those teams have a shot. If we, are we going to end up with a 3-loss Michigan or a 3-loss Florida? Florida loses to Alabama, LSU, and Georgia.
Yeah, you will. Because money. They make more money when those teams are there.
Right.
That's what unfortunately, that's what it comes down to. That's what it is. They don't want to put a UCF or a Cincinnati because no one knows who the hell they are outside of the AAC. No one knows.
And college football nutheads like you and I. People that sit there and literally we'll stay up until 2:00 in the morning on Sunday night.
Absolutely.
Watching Pac-12 after dark because we just can't get, we eat and sleep and breathe football,
Yes.
There might be 10, 15, 20 million of us, but that doesn't make up the majority of football fans.
No.
There might be, let's say there's 2 million of us who will stay up. Let's say that they get a 2 on a Saturday night at 11:30 and it's Hawaii and, Delaware or Hawaii and Connecticut or, Hawaii and Eastern Hawaii or whatever, and it's it's 11:30 on the East Coast, and it's 8:30 on the West Coast, and it's 4 p.m. in Hawaii. How many people are staying up till watching Oregon State and Hawaii, other than me?
Not very many.
No.
How many people that live in west of the Mississippi or east of the Mississippi are staying up till 2:00 in the morning to see the end of Hawaii and Oregon State?
If they're good, there will be people. If not,
but how often are Oregon State and Hawaii worth staying up for?
Yeah, not very often.
How many people are staying? Even a better game like Air Force and Boise State.
Weak conference.
Right, but it's always a good game. I mean, it's one of the. I love watching Boise State. I love watching them play on the blue field. Love the blue field.
There's a team right there that should expand to 12. Should get the benefit.
Could have made. It depends on 10 years ago if they had the college playoff, there would have been you'd have been hard pressed to leave. How do you leave Boise State out?
Yeah,
especially after they beat. It's not any given Saturday. I mean, they beat
Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Statue of Liberty play.
It's a hell of a ball game. Hell of a ball game.
We're doing it right now.
Yeah, there it is. The old Statue of Liberty play.
I could do it. I love that game. That's one game that I will stop and watch.
Yeah, the old Statue. That's the one too where the Boise State player proposed to his girlfriend who was a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Hell of a game. I mean, from start to finish, hell of a game.
Well, Boise State, I think it was last year. Their game, they filled in Florida State. They were playing the Florida State Seminoles. They filled in, went on the road to Tallahassee, and beat FSU in Tallahassee. And they weren't. They weren't supposed to. They and I'm not saying that they, absolutely embarrassed Florida State. They just beat them, and they weren't supposed to beat the Seminoles. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
So
I've always been I like Boise State.
Any given Saturday, anybody can win. I mean,
yes.
That's what makes college football so great. You never know. You never know what small team might pull off an upset. You know, am I going to sit here and tell you that USF can beat Florida? I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. You never know. You never know.
That's why we tune in. You know.
Yep. I'm hoping to be there in the box, watching that game in person, being that my two favorite teams are on the same field against each other. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I know that it's probably going to be 5 fans to 1 as far as Florida to USF fans, and that's sad.
Right.
But that's how it is until USF gets more of a backing down here. That's what we're trying to do with Bullseye. We're trying to build, a fan base for USF. If you live in Tampa,
I get that.
Put away your blue and orange, put away your garnet and gold or your orange and green, and wear green and gold. And I guess that's just me.
Right.
So, but again, I won't, sorry, I won't ever stop being a Gator fan. So,
right.
Gator fan long before USF even had a football team. So, but I mean, I like USF. I've got it, of course, I got an opportunity to cover them the last 4 years. So it's been, or the last 3 years, it's been nice.
It's been fun to watch. It's been fun to follow.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's been fun to get back into USF football.
Yeah.
Being a fan of yours and a fan of what you do and so it's been fun to actually talk about them.
Well, I just, they're going to...
Boise State starts off with UCF.
Really? Go Broncos.
Hell yeah.
Beat them right off the bat. That would be a shocker. Send Gus Malzahn since he thinks he's the greatest thing
Hot
since
shit.
bread. Now, UCF's the best program in the country.
Ooh.
Really, Gus?
And they're going to the bounce house.
Oh, they're in the bounce house too. Okay.
Bounce house.
It's September 2nd.
Yep, that stadium.
I know it's scary.
Bounces.
It's scary.
Actually, swear to God, it actually bounces. And the beginning of it, they were scared. Now they embrace it. Now they embrace the whole thing. Now it's the greatest thing that the stadium bounces. How that's not a safety issue, I don't know. Especially what happened in Miami or in Sunrise with that that condo thing. God, thoughts and prayers to all those people too that lost their loved ones.
Yeah.
In that condo. But again,
they didn't play.
So what's Boise State's schedule outside of UCF?
Hold on, I was looking at last year. I don't see them playing.
Maybe it was the year before.
Yeah, it was the year before. It was 2019. They went to Florida State and won.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that they had. That's right. So it wasn't. That's right, because they couldn't have played them last year because that was an out-of-conference game. They had to play just in conference
right
a year ago. That's right.
So this year's schedule is at UCF, at home for UTEP and Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Then at Utah State.
Okay.
Nevada at the house, BYU on the road, Air Force at home, Colorado State at there, Fresno State there. Then they have Wyoming and New Mexico at home, and they go on the road to San Diego State to close it out.
That's a winnable schedule.
Very winnable schedule. Very winnable. I see them win, loss, win. One loss.
So they go.
And the only loss coming to the Cowboys.
11-1 this year.
Yeah, 11-1.
The only loss would be to Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Okay, so Mike Gundy and company there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
Maybe even because that game's at the house, so. I don't see them losing to Nevada. I don't see them losing to BYU with Zach Wilson being gone. I don't see them losing to Arizona or Colorado State or Fresno or Wyoming, New Mexico, San Diego. They could run the table this year very easily.
Yeah.
Obviously, it won't mean a hill of beans because they don't play anybody, but
right.
Yeah. See, and like I said, hopefully when they do expand the playoff to 12 teams, that they give a team like Boise State an opportunity to play.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Again, again, I'm not saying that they're going to beat Alabama. I'm not saying they're going to.
Sure, but why not? Why can't they play Alabama?
Why not? Yeah, why not give them a shot?
What the hell?
Why not?
Well, they beat Oklahoma. They beat Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So who says they can't beat an Alabama team? You know, that's what I'm saying. It's
for me,
down to. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I get it. No, don't get me wrong. I get it. I understand why you don't want to play. You don't want to BYU or a Boise State or a USF or a UCF playing or Cincinnati or take your pick, playing in Alabama or LSU. Or you'd much rather see Alabama and LSU play because you think you're going to get a much more competitive ball game.
Right.
But if they, a 2-loss Alabama team or a 2-loss LSU team or a 2-loss Michigan team or a 2-loss take your pick your poison team. And the unfortunate thing for a BYU or a Boise State or a UCF is you don't schedule the big boys every year.
Right.
It's not fair. If Michigan loses to Ohio State and Michigan State, and Michigan State and Ohio State are both 11-1, or 12-0, and Boise State's played nothing but cupcakes, is it fair to Michigan to say that, well, Boise State's had a better record than you, but they haven't played nearly the same level of competition as you?
Correct.
That's my only argument against letting up Boise State in the playoff, or Cincinnati, or take your pick of any of the other smaller schools.
Well, and then again, too, that's the thing is you're kind of hoping one day that a lot of them will move into a bigger conference, one of the Power Five.
Right. But you only play 13.
We're all hoping and praying that Notre Dame will finally go join the conference and not be independent.
As long as they join the Big Ten, I'm okay with it.
The Big Ten.
No.
Lewis, I agree. I think that's the conference they will join. I do. I mean, maybe the ACC because they played in there last year.
They don't have to play Notre Dame every year.
Big Ten because they play Michigan, they play Michigan State. They would fit right in that. They're right in that area of the country. Why not go right there? But who knows?
Yeah.
They won't do it until that TV contract expires. Which I don't even know how long they have that TV contract with NBC.
With that. With NBC?
Yeah. Is it how long?
Well, NBC Sports shuts down at the end of the year, so.
Oh, maybe the contract will be ending here soon then. Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just hate Notre Dame, so.
Well, I thought it was the 2025.
2020.
It may go to 2025. I don't know.
Okay.
I hate Ohio State, Michigan State, Notre Dame. In that order, in that list, all at the same level.
Okay. I get the point.
Well, I understand why he hates Michigan State and Ohio State because Michigan State's his in-state rival. Ohio State is his all-time rival, who they, like I said, can't stand each other to begin with. They don't walk in Michigan wearing what is it, garnet and gold or garnet or whatever that.
Scarlet and gray. Scarlet and gray.
Excuse me, I'm calling Florida State colors out. And then you don't wear maize and blue in Ohio. Well, not in Columbus so much. I'm sure there's some Michigan fans in Ohio, but
in Toledo area.
But yeah. Notre Dame, I gotta ask you, but why do you hate? I gotta ask why you hate Notre Dame.
I grew up hating Notre Dame.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, so it was the other rival game. It was our non-conference. It was our biggest non-conference rival. And from 04 to 06, just watching my heart run over them gold bastards was great.
Gold bastards. I love that.
I'll buy that.
Gold bastards. That's funny.
I just hate Notre Dame. My buddy at work, he's a Notre Dame fan. And 2 years ago, the last time we played them, and it was raining like a son of a bitch. And they botched the punt. And we go to punt, and it goes up, and it comes down, and they fall on it, and they go to fall on it. And they bat it. It's batted around, and we grab it, and we go on to win the game 45-14. I'm long before COVID or anything, so I'm just walking through the shop, and I see him, and I just smile, and I'm smiling, wave, and he's like, "Shut up!" I'm like, "I didn't even say anything." And he's a huge Notre Dame fan.
I guess Memphis just gave him that look, like
I just smile and say, "Hey." and then later on we ended up working together and doing a project. We were slow. It was a slow time, so we didn't have a lot going on. So we ended up working on a project together. And I was standing by the time clock getting ready to punch out, and he's standing there, and I'm just grinning at him. Just grinning like an idiot. He's like, "Oh, shut up." I was like, "I didn't say anything." I was like, "Well, how about that game last Saturday night?" Because it was Monday morning. Because it was Monday morning, and we had gotten called in because we were doing side work and working on projects. We didn't have anything going on because we were down. Product wasn't selling, and so we ended up working all day together, and no animosity, no nothing. We just friendly rivalry. And then a couple of weeks ago, he's like, I was wearing one of my Michigan hats in the shop, or one of my Michigan T-shirts, and he was like, "I'm gonna buy you some better shirts." And he had a Notre Dame hat on, and I was like, "Well, I'll buy you a better hat." He was like, "Touche."
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I think also too, Notre Dame's one of those teams too that either you love them or you hate them. It's one of these, you're not on the fence. Cool.
Yeah. Before we go on to the NFL, I do want to circle back to the NBA. Something I wanted to talk about. It's kind of pertinent to. Would have been more pertinent last week, but it's something I want to talk about. I want to talk about sports fans in general. That you guys need to knock it off. Okay.
Yes.
I saw a video clip. It's out there on the internet. You can check it out for yourself if you want. There was Clippers fans at the in Phoenix the other night, and the Clippers fans were giving them a hard time, or the Suns fans were giving the Clippers fans a hard time, and in four and sweep and whatever.
Right.
And one of the Clippers fans hauls off and hits a Suns fan in the face. And there must have been 50 or 60 Suns fans standing around, and I don't know how many it was going to take to kick their asses, but I knew how many they were going to use, kind of deal. I got a little girl. She's 3. If I'm like try to get her into basketball or try to get her into sports in general, right? I love sports. I want to install that passion in her. I want her to, to appreciate the love of the game that I have. Well, you jackasses, will you knock it the hell off? I do not want to take my 3-year-old little girl to a basketball game or to any sporting event. If you're going to act like that, if you're going to spit at players, if you're going to yell racial epithets, if you're going to fight with other fans, it's absolutely unbecoming of a grown-ass adult. You quit acting like you're fucking 12. I'm sorry.
No. You're fine.
I don't mean to drop the F-bomb on this show. On my show, it's all fair game, but I don't mean to drop the F-bomb on this show. I'm sorry, I got caught up in the moment and I've been drinking, so.
No, we're I think we're allowed 4 or 5. We're okay. We're not on the FCC, so we're okay.
Right. We're not on their radar yet.
We're not major yet. Someday down the road we'll have to watch it.
Maybe we'll be like Pat McAfee. We'll be like Pat McAfee, and just drop F-bombs every other sentence. Yeah, but I get fired up, and I get I'm like I love to get my little girl into sports.
Yeah,
and in passion, I get being a passionate fan. I get talking trash. I talk trash. I trip the Ohio State fans. I trip the Notre Dame fans. Oh, I can't believe I actually said it out loud. I trip State.
He gave away his secret. He gave away his secret on the air. Now,
I did, didn't I?
Out there know what's going on.
I get chirping people, and I get wearing the other team's jersey. But I was at a Tigers game in 2016. We buried my grandfather, and I wanted to go to a baseball game. He loved baseball. After golf, baseball was his thing. It went golf, baseball, football. And I've been to many games with him, and I wanted to go. It's like I'm gonna bury him. We didn't actually bury him, but we had a viewing and all that, and then he was cremated, and so all that. And
what you should have did, buddy, should have taken a little bit of his ashes with you and dropped.
Well, we hadn't got the ashes back yet.
Okay,
we hadn't gotten the ashes back yet.
Go to the park and drop them on the field. No one would even know you dropped them. He's right. Then just drop him on the ground, and then he's
right.
The stadium.
Right. Well, we hadn't got the Ashes back. It would have been a good, fitting farewell, but we hadn't got the Ashes back.
Yeah.
But so, and there were we were playing the Indians. There were some Indians fans, and of course, when the Indians got hits and got outs, they cheered. And I didn't, that's their right. They have as much right to be here as anybody else. They bought their tickets. They get to cheer for their team. Yeah. Do I want to, do I want them to cheer? No, because I want our guys to do well, so they don't have any reason to cheer. But I'm not gonna haul off and hit them because that's just jackassery.
Yep. No, I agree.
Jackassery.
I'm making up words now. Sue me.
I hate that too. I've seen a lot of the same thing. I've seen people get in fights at sporting events, and I mean, what is it that you're? I mean, being that I'm a Red Sox fan and the Rays hate us, so I've been jackass. I've had people, try to trip me, and I'm like, dude, I'm not a typical Red Sox fan. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be rude to you. I don't come into Tropicana Field blasting off that I have more World Series rings than you do, and I don't. That's not what I do. That's not the type of fan I am.
No.
The stadium that you're going to.
Right.
Respect that the fans. I mean, I'm not going to go to Yankee Stadium and do the same thing either. I'm wearing a Red Sox shirt. I know I'm going to get creamed. I know I'm going to get yelled at because the Yankees don't like the Red Sox and vice versa.
Exactly.
It is, but I'm not going to go to Yankee Stadium and get attacked. I would hope not. I mean,
right.
I hope not.
That's pretty rare though.
I was going to ask you. I want to know. Okay, as a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
If there were Red Sox fans at Yankee Stadium in July, let's take the playoffs all out of it. It's just a regular season game, normal 7 o'clock, first pitch.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday night. Nothing special, it's just a regular baseball game. There's some Red Sox fans there. You're there. There's some Red Sox fans there. It's just baseball, right?
Right.
You don't want to hurt those guys.
No.
You want to see them go home disappointed, but you don't want to hurt them.
Yeah, I just want to pee on him. That's all.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You're
not.
You want the Yankees to win, and that's all. That's all.
Right. Exactly.
No, you don't want to fight with. I don't want to fight with any. I want to go to the game. Okay. For me, I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan. I can't stand Denny Hamlin. Never liked the guy. Every time I start to like him, he does something. She does some jackassery. And so when he won at the Talladega race that I went to last fall, I was disappointed. I went home, and I just was home. I didn't seek out a Denny Hamlin fan to fight. I'm a Chase Elliott guy. Chase Elliott's my boy. Jimmy Johnson, Chase Elliott, Hendrick.
Yes.
I didn't seek out. Somebody asked me, "Did you go? Are you happy?" I was like, "Nope," and I just kept walking. My leg was hurting. It was hot. I was tired. I just want to get back to my car and go home. Which I took the day. I've got that day. I've set aside Monday for that. So I'm planning on getting a hotel room this year because I'm expecting
he's going back to Talladega. He's going back.
Yes, I'm planning on going back to Talladega. I'm hoping to get my tickets here soon.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard or not, but the Winter Classic was announced that the Lightning are going to be in Nashville playing the Predators in Tennessee. Yeah, at Titans. So if I go, I'm coming to see you. If I go,
okay.
And I plan on going, so I'll
give me a shout.
Yeah,
I'm kind of so if this is Tennessee, I am here, and Nashville is over here.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So if you fly into Cleveland, I'll come pick you up from Cleveland. For a couple days or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even if you fly in. And then you fly back out later that afternoon. We can hang out for a couple hours.
No, I mean,
then
game is on a Saturday, so I'd fly in Thursday night. I'd stay Friday. I'd want to go walk around Nashville at least for the day, or see parts of Tennessee.
Oh, you could fly into Nashville Thursday.
Yeah.
Go to or fly into Nashville on Friday. See the game Saturday. Fly to Cleveland on Sunday. Hang out with me on Sunday. And then fly back on Monday?
That would be doable. Fly back to Tampa? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be doable. I mean, that's very doable. Yeah.
I'll pick you up here. I'll pick you up from Cleveland Airport.
Yeah.
You can get a hotel room here in Cleveland.
My new roommate.
Well, actually, Chattanooga. I'm sorry.
My new roommate right there is my best friend. Just moved in with me over the weekend.
Is he gonna come say hi, or is he too shy?
I can't even get through the thing right now.
Yeah, he's gonna come say hi, but I don't know if he can get in here.
Yeah, I'm a little squeezed over here.
Are you a big boy?
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Wait, no, there's a screen. It screen's a little fuzzy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we can kind of see you. It's all good.
yeah.
Camera's
Are
right.
you a sports guy, or is it just Brad?
No, he's a sports guy too. He's NHL. He's a big NHL guy.
I'm mostly NHL and a little bit of baseball. That's about it.
All right, who's your team?
He's a Yankees fan.
And anyway,
He's a Yankees fan.
Are you a Rangers fan then, or a Tampa
he's not.
fan?
No, he's a
Lightning fan.
no, definitely a Lightning fan.
You got to be feeling the first 2 games then, eh?
Oh, damn right, dude.
Yeah,
All that,
Yeah.
you know, we got 2 more wins to the cup, so you got a
hey,
chance.
they say Scotty once said it. You haven't lost the series until you've lost the game at home. So long way to go.
Pretty much not over till it's over. So
No, it isn't. I've seen far too many 2-0 leads go the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just because it's 2-0 lead don't mean nothing.
No.
I mean, shit. You gotta get 3-0, then you gotta get 4.
Yep.
That 4th one is the hardest one to get.
As I said,
Let me tell you.
Always the hardest one to
is
get.
the hardest one to get.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's hard to win 4 in a row. Let's put
It really is. It really is. Haven't had one in over 20 years, so
The last team to do was the Red Wings. They were the last.
they were. And they were the last team before the Penguins in 2016-17 to win back-to-back titles.
Yes.
And both of those titles were sweeps.
Okay,
Oh wait, the Penguins,
No, the Wings.
the Wings.
Wings.
Yeah, in 97, 98.
Yes, they were. Because it was 97. It was the
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, and then 98 was Washington.
That's right.
He's a Red Wings fan. So Adam's a Red Wings fan. Lewis is a Rangers fan. They're both of the original 6. They're both fans of the original 6 teams.
I root for all 20. I root for the other 29 teams in the league,
Yeah.
or 30 teams now.
30. Well,
Yeah,
30,
Seattle.
soon to be 31.
Seattle's in.
Oddball number.
No, there are only 31 teams in the league.
Seattle's coming.
Ah.
They're coming.
There's a certain Rocky Mountain team that I refuse to acknowledge.
Oh, he's talking about the Avalanche.
Avalanche.
He's talking about the Avalanche.
No, I can understand because there's still that bitter rivalry.
Yeah, I
2000s, and it's gonna.
yeah, I know. It's been almost 30 years, but I'll never forgive that son of a bitch.
You never.
I'll never. Like Dino said after in '96, I can't believe I shook his friggin' hand.
But you did.
That's the only name you need to remember for the rest of your life. Claude Lemieux.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Yeah.
Do you remember him on in New Jersey?
Yes, I do.
We're gonna have to have your friend on the show more often.
He'll be here.
He's more than he's more than welcome to join anytime he wants.
Well, I mean, who's worse, Claude Lemieux or Sean Avery? Which one? Who's the worst of those two?
Claude Lemieux.
Lemieux?
Yeah, Lemieux.
But I mean,
Avery had his antics, but I mean,
it's a dick hair measuring contest at this point.
No, I mean that's true. I mean, that's not.
That's gonna be an Olympic event too.
I mean, you got.
No, wait. You replace the hot dog eating contest. That's it.
Oh, there he goes. See, even when he's having a bad day, he comes up with the greatest joke on the show. How about that? He's having a bad day today, and he comes up with the greatest joke on the show. How about that?
Now, once again, unscripted.
That's,
Woo!
yeah, exactly.
Do you have something NFL you wanted to talk about, or are we just gonna get out of here for the night?
Well, the only NFL thing is that they're gonna have full stadiums this year. They announced that all the stadiums will be at full capacity. And if
Sweet.
you guys saw too, they're gonna bring back the alternate helmets
Yeah, it's starting next year.
next year in 2022. So
Yeah, 2022, 2023.
Tom Brady's gonna be wearing Buccaneer Bruce.
Ah,
Oh God,
Retires that cream.
creamsicle.
okay.
Oh, I just threw up again. Are you trying to kill me?
All right. Oh,
The creams. The green. Yeah, no, sorry, that's the way it is. The Patriots, at least the Patriots will have the old red and white. That helmet was cool.
Why bring those ugly ass colors back, man?
Yeah,
They were
that's the
before- I
throwback.
hate those things.
That's their throwback jersey.
Maybe the throwback to like the late '90s, early 2000s.
yeah.
With the old pewter and
That
red.
that
First pewter and
yeah, those were dope.
red.
I
First
love those
pewter and red
uniforms.
jerseys. Yep. First pewter
Hey,
and red.
well, 2022 will be the 20th anniversary of their first Super Bowl.
Correct. That is correct.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
They have two in there. They have two under their belt
yeah,
now.
two.
Uh-huh.
One
Yes.
and two,
Yeah.
They have two titles under their belt now.
Right.
right?
So do the Lightning. They have two Stanley Cups. So they
Yep.
have two Stanley Cups.
Soon to be three.
Soon to be three.
I just don't see Montreal. Montreal just doesn't have enough.
I don't think
They've
have
got
enough
to.
firepower.
I don't think so. Unfortunately for Montreal, it's even if they were to win the next two and tie the series at 2, they've got to win 2 on the road. At least 1 on the road. Sorry, 1 on the road.
Well, they have to win 4 out of 5. I don't think that's
Right.
But that
And they've got to win 4 out of 5 with
3 of them or
3 of them being
being on the
2
road.
of them being on the road.
On the road. Yeah.
Two on the road.
Yeah, 2 of them being on the road. They get the next 2
Okay.
at home, and then Game 5 is back in Amalie.
Yep.
And then Game 6 is in Montreal, and Game 7 is at Amalie.
That's the only
It's a tough road to hoe.
that's the only game that's at 7:00 on a Sunday is that one. All the other ones are 8:00. Well, they don't drop the puck till 8:20. 8:00 is when they start the broadcast.
Game 6.
7 is the only game that kicks off at 7:00 on a Sunday. 7
If it gets that far.
Okay, because Game 5,
if it gets that far.
Game 5 is
8:00 on Monday.
because Game 4 is Monday night.
I still like the new deal.
Game
that's
3
coming out with
Game
Game 3 is tomorrow night.
tomorrow night at 8, and then Game 4 is Monday
Monday at 8. Yeah, because
at 8, and then Game 6 would be Wednesday,
Wednesday.
and then Game 7 is Sunday.
Game
No,
five-
no.
Game,
Game 4. Game
5.
4 is Monday.
Yeah.
Game 3 is tomorrow. Game
Correct.
4 is Monday. Game 5 is Wednesday. Game
Game
6
six
is Friday.
and
Game
then
7 is Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah,
If
if it
it
gets
goes
that.
that far.
Okie dokie.
The only reason that it's not this Sunday is because it's the 4th of July.
I will love to see hockey on 4th of July.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. I think
weird.
that's a
I'm
baseball.
loving it.
That's a
I
baseball.
love it. I love it. I want hockey all year round.
A great idea, but you know,
That's a baseball thing. That's baseball.
I love hockey. More hockey.
Canada's like they don't care. They
I was gonna say Canada has the border closed. So what do they care?
Yeah,
what do they care?
You know, today is Canada's Independence Day.
Yes, I know.
Is it okay? Okay.
Yeah.
And
that's
it's my birthday.
Open the
Yeah,
border.
But you know what it means? Actually, I just looked this up. You know what it means for the players in Canada, and all sports. Bonus day.
It's what is it? It's Bobby Bonilla Day. He gets
Yes.
Everybody gets that extra money.
$1 million from the Mets.
$1.19 million from now
By the
until
way,
2035.
Yeah.
By
It's
the
a
way,
good scam if you can get it.
by the way, being it's Canada Day, Terrence and Philp are also going to be the ambassadors as well. No.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
Those
if you can
Canadians.
get damn you, Canada,
Yeah.
and your cheap meds,
Blame
your
Canada.
clean air.
Blame Canada. Exactly.
I don't want to be a Canadian idiot. I want to be a beer swilling. Hockey night.
But I will say this: as all of us are hockey
Good.
fans, we all do know the Canadian national anthem by heart. Every single one of us knows the
Yes.
Canadian national anthem by heart. We all know it. We sing it at every damn game. we're there.
Oh,
They were singing
Canada.
that the other night at the watch party. Everybody
Yeah.
was singing the Canadian national anthem.
Yikes are very large,
Yeah.
Yeesh.
and they smell of rotting beef carcasses.
Oh, is that what it was?
Maple
Maybe
syrup.
that's not the right lyrics. I don't know.
Was that what it was?
syrup.
Oh.
Happy, 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 joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
Mhm.
You're not happy enough. I'll teach
Yeah.
your mother to suck eggs.
Dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you guys have any final thoughts before we close this up?
I probably shouldn't be allowed to drink before I come on the show.
I never had thought in my life.
I'm
Yeah.
not stopping any of you from doing anything differently.
Well,
so you want to keep doing it. Keep
If
doing
I'm
it.
off next week, I'll probably join you for this one. Okay.
That's okay.
I'll probably join you, but I'm drinking too. I'll drink
Right.
with you. Evan.
All right, I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Go on.
make,
Let's win a White Club.
make it a drinking night, my guy.
Yeah, I think Lewis was down here drinking tonight too. So you got
Yeah, he's had himself a rough
here
day.
drinking
I don't blame him. I had one for him.
Yeah,
I actually made myself a drink the night before I came on the show.
yeah, but
Normally I just
something
drink.
that you guys drink. I drink inside, like a seltzer, not like hard.
Hey, but it's still
I-
drinking though, dude. It's still drinking though. You know.
Yeah,
That 5%. My brother drinks the White Claws.
5%.
I was drinking Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
I don't even feel a buzz at all. I really don't. Wow, that's huge.
I'm-
Huge.
I'm still waiting for him to smoke a cigar. He's been talking about.
I
doing-
need to get one. I'll do that
No, I
next
don't
week.
do
I'll
that.
get one 2 weeks from now. Because next week I'm going out. Next week I'll probably be on the road again. So it'll be a live remote from the road.
Okay, it'll be on the phone.
But I don't
Yeah.
smoke.
So give me 2 weeks from now, and I'll smoke a cigar. I'll do the show from the house. And I'll do it outside, and I'll smoke a cigar from.
Well,
Yeah.
you did it that one night on my other show.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
I did. I smoked a cigar. I'll get one. I'll get one Sunday. I'll save one for the show. I know which one. I'll smoke a Comanche Red Label. Those are really good. It's a box press cigar. I got to go. Well, you know what? When you come to town, I'll take you. If you come in on a Saturday or Sunday, maybe a Monday. I don't know.
It's in
'Cause
February.
usually the cigar bar isn't open on Monday.
It's in February.
Okay, it's in February. Usually they aren't open on Sunday. So if you come in on Monday, I can take you to the cigar bar and I'll get you a cigar. We can smoke a cigar together.
I've never done that before, so I'm going to be coughing and hacking like an idiot.
Mm.
We'll try it.
That's okay. I'll get you something real nice. I'll get you a Crazy Alice. They're an infused cigar. They're really, really good. One of my favorites. I absolutely. They're infused with fruits and chocolates and they're so yummy. I could go for a cigar right about now.
Well, with that, guys, this has been great. I didn't really have that much of a show, and then ended up being over 2 hours, which is great. I like that we're able
Oh yeah.
to have fun and enjoy this. Again, guys, if you want to get any In the Zone Sports Talk Radio gear, head over to squadlocker.com, type in the Zone Sports Talk Radio to buy your gear. We are sponsored by creatingzenspaces.com. It is the local choice in St. Petersburg, Florida. For house cleaning, organization, decluttering, and pet sitting, it's about finding the peace within you and adding comfort to your life. And remember, guys, Zen Spaces begins with you. Be kind to yourself and one another. And as we do, if you missed this show at all and you want to see it in its entirety, head over to the YouTube channel, The Sportster of Bradley Walker, to watch this show and my tomorrow night show. But there won't be tomorrow night because I'll be watching Game 3 at a watch party with a bunch of other Lightning fans. The show will be on Monday morning from 11 a.m. till noon. I will be doing an early morning. I'll be off that day. So I'm not sure too many
I'll
people
probably be there.
So I'll be there.
I'll have coffee instead of beer. Maybe.
And again, as we always do, guys, thanks to the nurses, doctors, and first responders for what they did last year as we are now climbing out of, hopefully soon, what the pandemic did to us a year ago. Thank you
We're
guys
getting
for all
closer.
that. To the men and women of our armed services, both active, retired, and the ones who have left us, thank you for your sacrifice. 3 of us wouldn't be doing what we're doing if it wasn't for what you
Hell
do
no.
for us every day.
I'll drink to that.
And then, of course, always to the police officers, firefighters, and paramedics in our local cities, states, countries. Thank you for doing what you do as well. Well, gentlemen, I am out of here. I won't be on till Monday, but I'll see you gentlemen next Thursday.
That's right.
If you guys have any shows on the weekend, go ahead. If not,
it may have. It depends on what time I get up and whether I feel like doing it. The unscripted Saturday morning, 10 to noon, maybe, if I feel like doing it. If I don't, then there won't be a show. Like last week, I went hiking Friday night and I didn't get home till 10:30. So I didn't feel like doing a show Saturday morning. So that's that. There's no obligation to that show. So I was like, cool. I'm going back to bed. I slept all day Saturday. So
that's cool. All right. Well, gentlemen, you guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys next week.
We'll be here next week.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Peace.
Deuces. Hey, Lou.